that always was a very Canadian thing to me. People ask me all the time how we became friends. And, people always say to me, I know he's your friend, but, it always opens with that. And I say, we became friends because I used to say, when I thought you were full of shit, I would tell you, right? When we disagreed on something, we would have a real sort of, and
I'd set you straight.
And you'd set me straight. So I want to know, do you have people around you today that tell you when they think that you're full of shit or they disagree?
My God.
You do. So there's spirited conversations in caucus.
But that's the only way I can function.
Right.
And that's, for me, having people who are comfortable disagreeing with me, telling me where they disagree and forcing me to explain when they disagree, and justify and show that I'm actually engaged with them and thoughtful about it. Listen, it's the way I function. I need to surround myself with brilliant people who disagree and, who challenge each other and challenge me, and we figure out what the right thing is. That's the way it is. No, I am delighted. Like it's you know me a little bit. When someone comes at me and goes, "Oh, I got a big thing. I got a big disagreement with you." I'm like, "Okay, clear out. I'm talking to this person for the next half hour."
Well,
right?
we've seen it on television with really nasty folks that approach you, and you do your best. And I because I've known you for so long, people say, "Why does he do that?" And I said, "Because that's who he is. Because he enjoys it and he wants to engage."
And I honestly believe that there is, in any argument, what is most interesting, and the way our political system, was always set up. Look, there is nobody in Parliament right now who doesn't want a better country, right? So we can all agree with that. Right. I mean, the Bloc want their own country, but they want it to be better anyway, right? So then you take a step back. Okay, well, what does a better country mean? Well, it means safe communities with good jobs and, people optimistic about the future and, beautiful environment and opportunities and all those sorts of things. On that level, we can still, all of us pretty much agree.
Yeah.
The interesting stuff is, okay, how do we get there? What is the best mix of policies? What is the best priorities? What are the things you need to do first? There's a huge range of really important, interesting conversations about that. And that's what politics used to be all about, right? Where someone, more on the left would say, no, we need to take more from the rich and flatten out the income levels for everyone so everyone can basically just get by. And people more on the right would say, no. Those who are successful, we should be leaving them with lots of resources so they can be even more successful and drag everyone along with us. And then if you're in the middle, you say, well, we need to be there for the vulnerable, but we also need successful to be driving the economy. And they figure, and along that spectrum, there's a lot of different good arguments to have. But there is something that is changing right now. And Donald Trump was a symptom of that, not a cause of that. There is a level of anger and sort of burn down the institutions and almost nihilism that's creeping in all of our countries, right? In around the edges, where things that people thought were pretty much well established are suddenly going backwards. And take what happened with Roe versus Wade in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, we know for a long time that the American right has had problems with women's rights. But it was never supposed to happen in the United States. You were never supposed to see Roe versus Wade overturned and states and political parties rolling back women's rights that have been fought for generations. And people say, well, at least that'll never happen in Canada. We can no longer say that. There are things that we used to believe that we are now seeing instrumentalized and eroded in very, very real ways.
Why